Let me show you how to solve this math question on the board. We are given square root of x plus square root of x equal to square root of 20. And we are expected to find the value of x. If you want to try this question, feel free to pause the video and then solve it in the comment section. When you are done solving, you unpause the video and watch it to see if what you solved is correct. Now, if you want to solve this question correctly, this is what you need to do. Here's the solution. If you look at what is given to us, you notice that we have square root of x plus another square root of x. That means we have two of them, 1, 2. So because we have two of them, we can simply write it like this: 2 of square root of x, then equal to square root of 20. Supposedly we have 3 of them here, like maybe another one here, then we would have written 3 of square root of x. But based on what we have here, we have just 2 of them, 1, 2. That's why we have 2 of square root of x. I hope you understand. Now, the next thing to do is to get rid of this 2 here that is attached to the square root of x by dividing both sides of the equation by this 2. So we're going to divide this by 2 and divide this by 2. On the left hand side, this 2 here will cancel this 2. And we are going to be left with square root of x equal to square root of 20 divided by 2. I know some persons may want to ask a question here, and I can predict the question you have in mind. You have 2 questions in mind now. Some persons have 2 questions in mind. Number 1, what about the bracket? Why didn't I write the bracket here? I'm going to answer the questions one after the other. The first question, why didn't I include the bracket here? The reason is that because the number that was attached to the square root of x, which made us to put the bracket, is no longer there. These 2 here, cancel that with these 2. So nothing is being attached to the square root of x again. That's why this bracket is not needed anymore. The number that was attached to it has been cancelled out. That's why we don't need the bracket anymore. You understand? Now, the second question is, some people will ask, why didn't I say 20 divided by 2 to get 10, to get square root of 10? The thing is that you don't have to do that. Why? Because this 20 is inside the square root sign, while this 2 is not inside the square root sign, so they cannot divide. The only way they can divide is if both of them are inside square root signs, or if both of them are not inside square root signs, we can divide. But as far as one of them is inside square root sign and the other one is not inside square root sign, we cannot divide. You understand? That's why I did not divide these numbers. I hope it's clear. If you understand, type I understand in the comment section before you continue watching the video. Alright, now the next thing to do is to get rid of this square root sign here by taking the square of both sides of the equation. So we're going to take the square of this and also the square of this. On the left hand side of the equation, this power 2 here and this square root sign will cancel out. And we're going to have x equal to, now for the right hand side of the equation, because we have a fraction that is enclosed in a bracket and raised to a power, we are going to apply something called quotient power law of indices. According to quotient power law of indices, anytime a fraction, just like what we have here, is enclosed in a bracket and raised to a power, that we should simply, that the power here will affect both the numerator and the denominator of the fraction. Meaning, we are going to have something like this: square root of 20, then raised to the power of this 2, divided by this 2 here, raised to the power of this 2 also. According to that quotient power law of indices, this power 2 here will affect the square root of 20, which is what we have here, and it will also affect this 2, which is what we have here. You understand? So now let us simplify further. We're going to have x equal to, now for this one, this power 2 and this square root sign will cancel out. And we're going to have 20 divided by 2 raised to the power of 2 means 2 times 2, which is 4. So we have 4 here. And finally, if we divide 20 divided by 4, that will give us 5. And this is the answer to this question. If you love my teaching, let me know in the comment section.